Hello and welcome back to BallySpring. It is still September, we're on month 2, and just having a quick scoot round, seeing what jobs we have to do before we get into the beet harvesting. So we have somehow got 2,700 litres of manure in here, which is interesting given the fact that there's no cows, and I'm assuming it's the manure from this shed. Although there is 2,998 in here, which I think might be going into the manure heap round the back. So that's a start. So we're going to jump into the telehandler and have a little bit of a talk around what are the plans for today. Bunker silo is also near full fermenting, so that is 98%, which is good. So yeah, that's nice and positive. Just got to remember to put this pallet fork somewhere where I can find it. Maybe in front of the forage wagon might be a good idea. It's in the way, but not quite in the way. So there we go. That's first thing to do today. So we have hired a beet harvester and also a pickup to process the beet. We've also got bales which are in the field waiting. So quite a lot of things in. We're also going to need to make sure we're supplementing our income. And the only way which we can really do that effectively right now is via contracts. So I'm going to see if this will work. Yes, it does. And we're going to get some manure into the manure heap and then probably have to take a trip down to the shop and pick up our beet harvester. So again, just trying to find the easiest way around the farm. So yeah, so it's the beet harvester, and get some of those contracts ongoing will be the key parts for the first part of today. And then I'm assuming it will be October before we're able to sell any of the bales. That's of course if they are fully fermented by then, because that's going to be a key part to our money going forward. Because without that, we're in a little bit of trouble, relying on contracts throughout the winter, which isn't something which is massively reliable. So we're going to hopefully get a few thousand. Oh, there's a collision on that shed. Oh, almost a collision with the McCormack as well. There we go, nice 150 litres there. We're also going to have a quick check, see if there is any slurry in the sheds as well, which can be collected, and that can be lowered into the slurry pit, because the slurry pit currently is empty. So I'm not sure, I don't believe it is an automatic transfer into that. Sorry cow, just going to drive through you. I love this shed. The main dairy shed is fantastic. So that is that fully empty. So let's have a... There's no obvious flag to say how much is in there. But yeah, all good. So what we're going to try and do is use as much of the natural fertiliser as possible to spread onto our fields going forward, rather than buying all those chemicals. There is going to be a point where we'll have to buy the chemicals, just purely down to the fact that some of the cereal crops will require that to ensure we get the most out of them. So there we go, that's that bit done. We're probably going to get into the Fiat, see if we can move the slurry, and then start making our way to pick our contracts and see what we can get. So let's see if we can get... There we go. So that's 4,300 litres straight away. Yes, fully admit the cow is just appearing through the side of the Fiat's engine. But whilst that's loading, let's have a look and see what contracts we can do. So these 3 mowing ones are what I'm looking at. There's a cultivator one, but that's quite far away. Harvesting, yes, we can do, but it's a lot of logistics dragging around to get things. So we're going to get these 3 contracts booked in, and using the Bentnar mower seems like it's a sensible thing. So hopefully we'll bring in enough money overnight to help us go forward. We'll also, I'm not sure, we don't, from my knowledge, I don't believe we have anywhere to store our crops. So what I'm hoping is we can unload it into here. Here's a slurry piss, isn't it? So there's nothing in there. Interesting. See if this works by here, or is this the unloading point for... Nope. I am hooked up, yes. It is selected. Okay, that doesn't seem to be working. I am probably doing something wrong, and if I am, I apologise. But we need some form of place to store our slurry. So just going to have a quick look and see what options we have. Messing around, I found something. I found a little collectible, which I'm going to collect, but I'll make sure the money is the same as previous. You found a water trailer. There are 9 more water trailers to be found. Oh, it's 1,000. That's okay. So what I'm trying to do is replace what we currently have, which wasn't working. So, well, again, I'm possibly doing something wrong, which is more likely. So still working out, but I just wanted to show you that little bit. Right, it appears no matter what I do, it's not unloading. So we are going to have to dump this on a field. It's possibly the most sensible way to try and do things. And it might be the fact that that tanker is not able to transport it. And I don't really want to use the milk tanker for obvious reasons. Actually, let's check if the milk tanker can do it. Because I know some won't be able to do it. We've got, as you can see, what we've rented. So nope. So that does not do it. Okay. I think we might get a fine for doing this, but we need to. Actually, is this the best option? If we're going to get a fine, can we just not store it in here? Yeah, I think we'll store it in here. I don't know why. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm assuming it's because this can't transport the slurry, but okay. Right, we're going to put our money back to 6,901 quickly. 6,901. There we go. So we are back at where we were. Right, so we've booked out our contracts. I can't even out there. That shows It wasn't on that when we had the original one, but yeah. Oh, what an idiot! Right, let's close some gates. Let's get some mowing going, and wrong door. There we go. Let's get to a couple of farms to do some mowing. I feel very stupid. We're going to get a worker doing the mowing. So the Bentner's just by there. There's also something which has been produced by Ross and Mods, which I want to get. And well, may as well have a look. So, in cars. Don't think I should be able to treat myself. There's a Land Rover Defender for 35. So, I do fancy getting this. Don't want the pickup. Double cab van seems like it's the right thing to do. Engine setup. Let's go for the big boy. Michelin tyres look cool. Driver side. When we drive on the right hand side. No beacons. Light LED strobes. Yes. Decals. Decal stripe. 50th anniversary. So we'll go for the decal stripe. Small spots. Work lights rear. Yes. Checker. Nope. Don't like that. Spare wheel. Absolutely. It's not the same without a spare wheel. Mud flaps. Yes. Chassis colour. I feel like it needs to be lime green, but that looks awful. Let's go for a navy blue. Yes. No checker. How do we change the top to be the same colour? Okay, so let's see if we can hire purchase this. So we'll put 4,000 down over 5 years, and we have a new toy. Right, I don't think I deserve to treat after that Slurry incident, but hey ho. Right, let's get this going down to our first field, which is 116, and then we'll go down to the shop, pick up our new toy, and get on with the beet harvesting as well. I believe it's going to be... No, it's not going to be that way, is it? No. Failing at many things this morning. Right. Let's go, and I'm going to have a quiet word with myself on the trip down. Right. Field. We've made it. 116. So we're going to get a worker just enjoying themselves on this field. Let's close the gate, and let's get into the McCormack, which there's our new toy. It's looking good. I'm really happy with the purchase. Main reason, this is going to be our vehicle to transport the animals back and forth. But McCormack, let's get down to the shop, and let's get the beet harvesting underway. Just popped into the mechanic and see how much it was going to be to repair it, and in the hope, we've got a bit of a chaos here, in the hope that we could afford it. So, and unfortunately not. It was 12,000 to repair the tractor, and we don't have that. We got 2,745, so a long way off being able to afford to repair our tractor. So it's going to potentially be a little more than underpowered for what we want to do. Anyway, we're going to get up to field. Where is it? It's going to be 106, and see if we can get some red beet harvesting. We don't have anywhere to store it, which is obviously quite concerned. Might need some in the feed mix for a root crop, but yeah, it's I'm not sure currently what to do. Might need to empty out one of our sheds to store the red beet, which I think is possibly the best option to do. Maybe the shed which has the baler, well, the quad baler is likely to be the option. Ignore the people on the road. Try not to do that in real life. But yeah, that's something in consideration. Anyway, let's get to the field. Let's get some beet harvesting as the worker continues to do mowing. So good news and bad news. Good news is we don't. The back harvester is working itself. Bad news, the front harvester is not basically lifting up the red beets or topping it, which is fine as long as we can harvest it. I'm more than happy. So what I'm going to do is pop this outside of the field in a place where I can possibly get to it. I want to clear an area out for a trailer. There we go, it's dropped. Want to clear an area out for the trailer so we can at least get the Feagle trailer in here. And yeah, it's we've got 406 litres already. It's only a capacity of 7,000, so that's going to be interesting. Is crop destruction on the map, but we are not getting it for the red beets. So let's turn this back on. It's lowered. Let's see if we can get some steering assist going, and let's get harvest. No, that's not. Let's get harvesting was a bit preemptive, so we want to. Oh, it did work a minute ago. Yes, it's working. Right, let's get harvested.
And her mama had a strong heart. Mama taught me how to sew up holes and cut the corn right off the cob in a cast iron pot. Let it stew low and slow. Made me put on my big girl pants. Stand up tall, keep my nose clean. If it comes, let it come. Take it like a woman. I can still hear her saying, Mama's got a strong heart, beating in her chest, strong arms, holding up the world, one arm. Got a hold on to that, baby, you might need it later. And you got a strong mind, holding on to everything I say. Strong bones gonna hold up the weight. And your mama's mama had a strong heart, and her mama had a strong heart. Ooh, don't you know, here it comes, you're gonna grow into it, yeah. Your mama's got a strong heart, beating in her chest, strong arms, holding up the world, one arm. Got a hold on to that, baby, you might need it later. And you got a strong mind, holding on to everything I say. Strong bones gonna hold up the weight. And your mama's mama had a strong heart, and her mama had a strong heart, beating in her chest, strong arms, holding up the world, one arm. Got a hold on to that, baby, you might need it later. And you got a strong mind, holding on to everything I say. Strong bones gonna hold up the weight. And your mama's mama had a strong heart, and her mama had a strong heart, and her mama had a strong heart.
I knew there was a very good reason for getting 2 trailers, and this is it. Although I don't think the remaining part of, and I haven't put on the guided lines. There we go. Oh, I have put on the guided lines. I just haven't snapped one. There we go. That's annoying. There we go. Knew there was a reason why we got 2 trailers, and this is it. though I'm not 100% confident that this is going to fit in the trailer. The Feagle is full. We're getting about £6,000 per load, which isn't a bad amount whatsoever. So let's see how much. I think this was in its 90s, 97. And there we go. So we've got 1,700 left in the harvester, which we will turn off. Yeah, this will have to then... I'm going to pop the remaining 1,700 litres in the shed. So we loaded some of it into the shed itself. That's going to be, I think, has to be used for feed mix. What I would also like to try and do is see if I've got Follow Me installed, because that will make this a lot easier rather than having to come back and forth. And yeah, we've also picked up the Land Rover. It's in the yard and it's attached to the animal trailer. So I will have a quick check shortly, but what I want to do is saving. So Follow Me. X vehicle missing. Okay. Let's have a quick look and see if we have it installed, because that will make it a lot easier just to go down once to the market. It's working. Let's stop here. They're coming out of the shed. Happy days. Let's see if they can make this turn. Obviously, a nice, tight British farm. So, is a worker going to be able to do that? Yep, they are. Right. We're going to go down to the market and drop off, hopefully, some profitable sugar beet. Red beet, not sugar beet. Sugar beet would have been nicer. But, yeah. I'm pleased it's working. Whilst our little convoy is travelling down to the market, what I'm thinking of doing... Oh, that's a good start. What I'm thinking of doing is leasing a plow and getting that red beet field. Well, could even potentially look at purchasing a plow. They stopped. Oh, they're going. Purchasing a plow, maybe even a small plow, just to get that work started on the field. And yeah, obviously depending on how much money we make from this, but hopefully get up to about 15,000. We also got some mowing contracts to collect, which we haven't done yet, and yeah, it's all looking very promising. The big money will come in when we are able to sell the silage, and also would like to get a feed mix done today. Every time I come to this point, there's always a vehicle there, so not sure how this is going to work on the worker. Just drives into the back of the tractor. There we go, we've turned. Have they gone past? And they're going to replicate the same thing. I'm not a great exponent on Follow Me, as you can tell. So the follower has stopped. So we're going to sell this red beet. And hopefully that's a few thousand. And we've got this one here. So that's 6,600 plus £302 environmental score. So that's very good. Let's just run over someone. And using the Fiat, which is struggling with the weight of this, and you can hardly blame it. It's going to be another 24,000 litres. So not too dissimilar with the amounts of crop in here. So hopefully we'll get another decent amount of money. once it eventually starts loading or unloading. And yeah, this is positive. That's going to be another 5,498. So 5,750 between friends. Yeah, that's good. So in terms of plows, what we're thinking of getting, see if there's one in the sale. Don't know why the sale is so jittery. Well, we're going to have a look and see what options we have for plows. So we're going to go for the Dual 6. And we're going to go for this one. So it's 2.5 meters. And we're going to purchase that. We should have enough money. There we go. And we're also going to collect our contracts. So that brings us back up to 14,000. Both tractors need to go back to the farm, and one of them will, the Fiat will probably go back and collect the plough, and we can go onto that red beet field. The reason why I want to buy the plough as opposed to leasing it is because we're going to need it over a number of months to basically plough up the red beet field. We do what we're hoping for is, there we go, it's hopefully enough turn in circle, which it is. We are going to have to, after we've got our next cut of our grass, we're going to also need to then plough that up, and we're going to have to get some linemen as well. So Control F, there we go. There we go. Right, so we're going to go back to the farm and then go pick up the plough. Just looking at the feed mix, and look, it doesn't want to have silage, which is interesting. It wants to have protein grist, so we're going to have a little bit to understand how that is created. But yeah, that's interesting. So we are going to have to feed the cows some silage directly. So looking at this side of things, so silage is 90% anyway, so it's pretty much there. Yeah, we have more than enough meadow, so that's fine. And then we've got this one as well, which again we can populate with silage, and this one with silage. Hay is 75%, so yeah, let's get some silage into the Feagle trailer, and let's feed some cows. Not ideal, but yeah, we're just gonna, as mentioned, just feed the cows some silage or silage, which is actually its proper name. So let's see if we can get in and see where the trigger is again. So the trigger looks to be just by here, so we can open this gate. Oh. Can we open this gate? Nope. I don't fancy going around that way. Oh, it's just this gate. Okay, that's going to be emotional. Right. Although it might be like the straw mix, which was compliant. Nope, it's not. Okay. Let's try and figure a way to get round and into the trigger. So, close the gate. Yes, I know the animal's too heavy. I would expect the animal to be too heavy. Is this side open? Okay. So, we have to somehow manage to get through there into there. It's going to be interesting. Wish me luck. Come to a point where everyone else to admit defeat, I could not get in there for love nor money. Doesn't solve the issue of feeding the cows, but what I'm hoping to do is... Nope, can't even unload it in here. Well, at least we found a trigger, so we can feed these cows. We're going to need this trailer for next time when we come in to do the soybeans. But at least these cattle, this empty shed has been fed. We're just going to have a quick rummage round to think of a solution for the dairy shed as we smash into the mower. Yes. So we're going to have to think of a solution for the dairy shed. Maybe even that forage mix is quite large. Because where do we have to go? So that was the dumping bit there. There's nothing. That's bales, so they don't want bales. Jump. Oh. There must be a way. Oh. Bugger. Must be a way to feed this cattle. I see. There is a trigger here for the feed. So we're going to fill up another load of silage, and then we're going to go into that part. Although I feel like this one might be the... Oh no, it's got the leftover red beet. Ah! Right, let's go. Let's fill up this. Let's get some silage and see if we can dump it in that trigger over there. What feels like take 242. I know there's a bit of a collision on. There we go. We can dump it there. So there is a little bit of an extended collision on the shed. So yeah, that's good. Relief. I thought we were going to have some dead cows from not feeding them and a lot of penalties. But there we go. So that we have done a little bit of a tidy up over here. Making it look like that basin has already been here for a while. So there's the fence. Let's go into here. Open door. Oh no, that's that. Nice. Let's have a look in here, and hopefully we can actually get in here now. We can, but we can't. Oh, too many triggers. Right, see if it tells us by here. No. So trough is relatively full. Let's try again in here. There we go. Food, 34,460 litres. We have enough straw, so cows are fed. Oh, that was a bit of a limpets moment. And we've also set a worker off doing some ploughing in the red beet field. So this will need quite a lot of treatment next time when we need to put some lime down and we need to put some fertilizer down. Oh, wow, that was eventful. So we've done a red beet harvest. We sold off the crop. We've also somehow managed to feed the cows despite multiple failures. And yeah, it's a successful-ish day. And we'll wait to go again in October, where we'll have the soybeans to harvest. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the episode, and if you have done so, please do remember to like and subscribe, and we'll hopefully see you again soon. Bye bye.